Hello everyone, you're welcome to this edition of the Primetime Newscast on Equinoxe Television live from our headquarters in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. I am Babli Jonathan, calls for a meaningful dialogue to find a way out of the current socio-political and security impasse rocking the two Anglophone regions of the Republic of Cameroon continue rising to the sky from within and without. Archbishop Samuel Klida, Archbishop of the Douala Metropolitan Archdiocese of the Roman Catholic Church and France, have once again called for a dialogue to be put in place in order to find lasting solutions to the Anglophone crisis. In the meantime, organizers of the Anglophone General Conference, the AGC, Christian Cardinal Tomi, as well as the other religious and civil society leaders, see the preparations are going on hitch-free, and that conference is going to take place on the 21st and 22nd of next month. Stay with us. The Archbishop of the Douala Metropolitan Archdiocese of the Roman Catholic Church, Samuel Klida, has said that peace cannot go without hate and violence being kept aside. He was speaking to the press yesterday here in the economic capital, Douala. He said that Samuel Klida said that the government must do everything possible to give dialogue a chance as the only way out of the socio-political and security impasse rocking the two Anglophone regions of the country for close to 3 years today. The crisis has been rocking the northwest and the southwest regions, leading to the death of thousands and of course displacing and rendering thousands homeless. Mimi Mefoazmo.
S'il y a un problème, nous pouvons le résoudre.
Let us come together as one people and solve our own problems. Archbishop Samuel Klida tells the government of Cameroon, stakeholders and Cameroonians in general.
Un dialogue, l'instauration d'un dialogue inclusif, c'est-à-dire appelant tout le monde.
The president of the National Episcopal Conference holds that only a genuine and inclusive dialogue can address the Anglophone crisis and build the much talked about United Nation.
Qu'on s'asseye autour d'une même table pour résoudre une fois ces problèmes anglophones.
Archbishop Samuel Klida recalled the far-reaching consequences of the ongoing conflict on the English-speaking population and the entire nation.
Retarde vraiment le développement d'un pays. Depuis que la crise a éclaté, il n'y a plus ces conteneurs-là qui arrivent.
Imports and exports of goods which are beneficial to the nation are on the standstill. Children are unable to go to school, and this is not justice in a society where peace should be a priority, he expatiated.
Les enfants d'une partie de notre pays ne vont pas à l'école. Cela crée des problèmes d'injustice.
The Archbishop of the Metropolitan Archdiocese in Douala is hoping that the All-Anglophone Conference will be able to bring lasting solutions to the crisis when the conveners meet in November 2018 in Boya.
And the French government is equally worried about the deepening situation in the northwest and southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon. The government of President Emmanuel Macron says that dialogue is the ultimate solution to the problem. For me, Armstrong Sander.
It is through the French Foreign Ministry that the government of Emmanuel Macron chose to make known its position on the re-election of Paul Biya at the Supreme Magistracy of Cameroon. As stated on the website of the French Embassy in Yaoundé, the Élysée called on Cameroon to maintain the peaceful atmosphere that characterized the presidential election and above all, the respect of constitutional procedures in case there is need to contest the October 7 presidential election results. The government of Emmanuel Macron also expressed worries that many people in the two English-speaking regions of the country did not vote as a result of the deepening socio-political crisis. France maintains the call for dialogue made by President Emmanuel Macron last July 2018 during an official visit to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, even though the crisis has worsened since July 2018. The Anglophone crisis was one of the key issues raised by candidates who filed post-electoral petitions at the Constitutional Council calling for the cancellation of the election. Most of them, like Osi Joshua of the Social Democratic Front, based his argument on the fact that the population of the conflict-hit northwest and southwest regions of the country did not have the opportunity to exercise their civic responsibility of choosing their leader through the ballot.
In the meantime, conveners of the the Anglophone General Conference are leaving no stone unturned to ensure that it takes place hitch-free and opens the way to the dialogue that many are calling for as a way out of the Anglophone crisis. And we spoke to one of the officials of the organizing team of the Anglophone General Conference, Elise Smith, and this is what he told us. Less than a month to the Anglophone General Conference, preparations are well on course. The conveners are bent on ensuring a successful event that will open the way out of the crisis that has killed, displaced, and rendered thousands homeless in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon.
It's not easy to bring people of diverse opinion to express themselves and meet in where we want to meet in Boya. So the preparations are afoot. We have various subcommittees that are working, like the finance, the communication, the logistics. So everything is afoot, and then we are also extending invitation to all southern Cameroonians and also Cameroonians to attend.
The injunction of the mayor of Boya, Ekema Patrick Esunge, who said the conference will not take place in his municipality, is not considered as any obstacle to the meeting.
The allegations made by the mayor of Boya are his, and we appreciate it. You know, he's a very good man, and I don't think that he has the power to authorize or to ban any event that takes place in his town. As far as we are concerned, we think it is either the DO or the SDO.
And after government, through Communication Minister Issa Chiruma Bakare, refused the request for the withdrawal of security and defense forces from the two regions, the conveners continue urging the Yaoundé administration to create favorable conditions for a hitch-free Anglophone General Conference.
There were some declarations made by the Minister of Communications. It was not it doesn't mean the government was against it. I think there was some reservation expressed. But we wish to make it abundantly clear that the conveners never wanted to impose anything. They made a plea that enabling environment should be created, and we think that it will be done. And as far as the separatists are concerned, they are not banners up against it. They also had their own reservation that were expressed, which are being taken into consideration, and we think they will be part and parcel of the Anglophone General Conference.
The Anglophone General Conference is scheduled for the 21st to the 22nd of November 2018 in the Southwest Regional Capital, Boya. While CPDM militants of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM political party, celebrate the victory of the champion Paul Biya, who won the October 7, 2018 presidential election with a little above 71% of the vote, members of the opposition political party, notably some of the presidential candidates, have continued rejecting the results published by the Constitutional Council, decrying fraud and other election malpractices and irregularities that marred the election in several parts of the country. Details in this report by Equinoxe.
Paul Biya's landslide victory of the October 7 presidential election with 71.28%, as was read out by the Constitutional Council, sparked euphoria within the CPDM party that expects him to put into practice a politic of great opportunities.
Après avoir présenté sa vision de développement depuis
Henry Ayebeayisi, CPDM militant, notes this, which features in Paul Biya's development vision for the next 7 years, will be realized.
Nous allons pouvoir y concourir.
On the contrary, Professor Maurice Kamto of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement Party, who came second with a 14.23% win, says the results proclaimed by the Constitutional Council are not truthful. He adds that he has won the presidential election.
719 voix. Les résultats.
The results of the presidential election are as follows. Maurice Kamto, 1,320,824 votes, making 39.74%.
Soit 39,74%.
On the other hand, the third of the election, Cabral Lebi, who registered 6.28% of votes, also denounces irregularities throughout the October 7 presidential election.
Le Parti Univers et son candidat Cabral Lebi en prennent acte.
While awaiting Paul Biya's swearing-in ceremony into office, the debate between the CPDM and CRM party of Professor Maurice Kamto goes on peacefully. Security measures have been taken by governments to prevent any form of violence that will jeopardize the country's peace. Meantime, in Maurice Kamto's camp, militants and supporters decry gross violation of the rights to manifest constitutionally guaranteed Cameroonians.
And President Paul Biya, after close to 4 decades in power in the Republic of Cameroon, is taking over and of course starting another 7-year mandate at a time when malnutrition is increasing the death rate of children in the far north region of the country. Innocent as a once more has the details.
We are in Zigage subdivision in the Logon-Anshari division of the far north region of Cameroon, where the population, especially children, dance to the rhythm of famine. The birth of Boko Haram hostilities forced the population to abandon their fishing and agricultural activities. Barbaric attacks orchestrated by the jihadist sect Boko Haram have stopped the villagers from going fishing and their farms to cultivate. Most of them are internally displaced to poorer localities, also hosting refugees from Nigeria. This has resulted to famine as the mouth to feed are more than the available resources. Many, especially children, have died as a result. Having just a square meal daily is an uphill task, with infants suffering the most in the blowing malnutrition wind. Nothing else except breast milk has to be given to a child from 0 to 6 months. Violation of this practice will only leave the toddler vulnerable to complicated illnesses. When the practice is not continued for 24 months, the child risks developing a chronic deficiency that might cause the life useless for the family, community, and in general, the country. Several events are often organized by persons of goodwill, non-governmental organizations, to ameliorate living conditions of these indigenous groups. Government is highly expected to play a role by moving closer to the affected populations, motivate and encourage them to resume their agricultural activities amid security, as bold steps to tackle this malnutrition and reducing the mortality rate to 0%.
And several persons have been rendered homeless at Texaco, Kululun, here in Douala by wild flames. The house, constructed with makeshift material in which they were living, was consumed by flames, and reporting the cause of the fire is not yet known, but it destroyed just everything. On its way, the fire incident left the persons stranded as material damage recorded is enormous, and the intervention of the Army Rescue Unit brought the situation under control after a stiff battle, but everything had already been consumed by the flames. And that's it for this edition of the news. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for staying with us. Goodbye.